Hey everybody, I know, don't fall out. It's two videos, 2 days in a row. Um, Listen, I had a brainstorm that happened last night. Remember I talked yesterday in my video about having a gain? Well, that's back down. I mean, literally Friday was 131.2. Um, and then I forgot what I did besides the Super Bowl. What, not that I ate much at that thing, but we went out to eat on Friday night. My husband and we went to a place we never go anymore. I used to love. It's called El Paso. It's a little tiny chain in my area. And I usually get something off the a la carte menu because of the size of my stomach. I get a chili relleno, just a chili relleno, and I eat a few chips. But we also got a ginormous margarita. I said, let's get the golden Cadillac margarita and we'll share it, knowing that I could have this much and he could have that much. Well, I didn't think about it. But all I know is the next thing you know, I got on the scale Monday morning. It was up to 134.4. So I said I'd get back to basics, which I did yesterday. And I even had a little glass of wine last night. Anyway, this morning got on the scale 131.6. So it just shows you that when you're in maintenance, you just have to remember what you're doing. I feel like I eat low on an ongoing basis so that when I go out to treat myself, my body does definitely respond and it shows me that it's eating stuff that probably wasn't the best thing, but like I said, people say, I had the surgery so I could live. I want to unpack that. So basically, I lived, but you pay to live, and you've got to make your choices, and that's what I want to talk about today. This morning, I'm having my lentils and my Greek yogurt. I did a little calorie number nutritional data crunching this morning for myself for the things that I eat on a daily basis. So I feel really confident in my calorie count every day based on a bowl of lentils with Greek yogurt, a half a cup of Greek yogurt at least at some point during the day, a protein bar, and then that gives me room for what? A cup of almond milk throughout the day in my coffee. That's like 40 calories. So I'm well under 1,000 calories, but then that gives me also room to have a puff cracker thing with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter or a tablespoon of peanut butter. That's another couple hundred calories with the peanut butter, if I do that. Or my little bowl of oatmeal-y kind of muesli thing that I make up that I might eat separate when I have the need for a cookie, my deconstructed oatmeal cookie. So, having said that, let's talk about. I have to say again that Amy talking about people getting to goal and when you're starting off, to really give it all you've got, and I totally, totally concur. People get tired of dieting, so at about 6 months, if you haven't already been fudging around on what you're doing before then, they really start to fudge around. They get antsy. It's like, I'm tired of this. I want to live. And so what do? You go out, you try to, you almost can't have it both ways in the beginning. You can't have your old life and your new life. You can't live your pre-weight loss surgery life and do that well post weight loss surgery. That just defeats the whole purpose. If you're not in, don't have the surgery. Are you all in? If you're not all in, don't bother. Um, and this is where I want to talk about. People say, I want to have a life. I had this so I could live, so I could have a life. I understand that. So did I. Are you kidding? I did that for sure for the same reasons. But it's almost like in this country, we don't know what it's like to postpone our own pleasures. We don't want to wait and be patient to buy something. We'd rather have it on credit and it's way out of our price zone. It's something we didn't need anyway, but we just had to have it. We're the same way about food. Um, this is sort of a budget, a food budget you live on for a finite amount of time. And and even though that budget can change post maintenance, you still you've transformed yourself because you've learned to live within that budget. You've learned to live within that new lifestyle. So I wanted to talk about going out to eat. Please don't say, let's all try not to say, I had this surgery so I could live. And what does live mean to you? Does that mean going out and eating and drinking and partying? Um, I had this surgery so I could live a higher quality of life. I'm not a shut-in. I can socialize. I don't have to go out and do what I would have done before, and neither do you. So try to disconnect I had the surgery so I could live immediately connected to getting out to eat food and have pleasure with food again. That's not a good way to say I had the surgery to live. Yes, you can, but you've got to know what you're doing. And here's a perfect example. Like I said, Friday night I went out and I had a chili relleno. Well, Rosemary said, "Well, how did they cook it?" I said, I don't know. I've always gotten it. It's $2. It's in a little plate of its own. It's got lovely cheese sauce swimming around it, and it's like encased in like a scrambled egg, kind of like an omelet thing." She said, "A lot of places deep fry those." And I said, "I'm pretty sure it's not deep fried, but now I'm afraid to eat, and I won't be eating another one until I go in the kitchen and ask them in my broken Spanish, how are you making this chili relleno?" But I haven't gone there in like 9 months to a year, and so that was a special treat. But where a place that we do go on an ongoing basis is a place called Glory Days, which is another kind of quasi-local chain, and they have a hamburger special on Mondays, $5. Now it's 5.50, all day, and they're really, really delicious. And y'all know I don't eat a lot of beef. I don't eat a lot of meat, animal protein meat. You know that. And so for me to say this is a really delicious burger and to want to eat it is saying something. So I went in the first time we had them, let's say, 6 months ago. Oh man, this is so good, but I don't need all this bread. Big old bun, kind of dry, not very flavorful, not like it's all that. So it's like, well, pick and choose what you really want to eat. Do you really want to eat that bread? Not really. So the first time I could eat half the burger. The next time I went, I said, let me take half the bun away and cut it in half and put, it on half of a bun. Did that once. Next time I go, I went, you know what? Just give it to me on the plate with some lettuce. With the lettuce, tomato, and onion, they have a thing goes on there. Just give me the burger on the plate with the lettuce and tomato, onion times two. And so I ate it like a salad on the plate with the burger. I still can't eat all the burger. Okay, so I went through that phase for a little bit. And then let's see, I always got the vegetable. I did get the coleslaw early on too. And I thought, coleslaw's not that great. Let me get the steamed vegetables. Okay. So we've gone to this place now many times, maybe a couple times a month. Mondays. Okay. Maybe not that often. But anyway, the point is, I finally went and looked up the nutritional data on the restaurant, and I really want you guys to do the same. Do not go out to eat if you do not know what you're putting in your body. That's like giving somebody else free license to put whatever they want in your gas tank. Oh, sure. I don't know you, total stranger who's only in it about getting money out of me and doesn't care and wants it just to be delicious and doesn't really care about my health. I'm going to let you pour into my gut whatever you want, without me having any knowledge base about it at all. That's a really stupid thing to do. I'm just going to say it. It's really stupid, and I know because I was really stupid. And then I looked it up, and this is what I want to tell you about that delicious hamburger and what I do now. The hamburger patty alone is 217. No, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay. I looked it up first, just the hamburger, the regular hamburger. 367 calories total for the hamburger. 251 calories was the bun. 217 calories of that is fat. All fat calories in that hamburger, and it's a very tasty burger, I know, no lie. The lettuce, tomato, and onion set is 13 calories. Okay, but do you see why I decided that bun is not worth 250 calories? Not in a long shot. And neither is me eating 217 calories of fat and something, especially red meat fat. That is not smart, not for anybody at any time. It's okay on occasion, but just be aware that that's how much fat you're taking in. It's okay, make a choice, but know what your choices are leading to. That is the choice. You must decide. To not to decide is to decide. To cover your eyes and say, I don't know what's in this. I only go out once in a while. You should probably know if it's a place you go all the time. You better look up what you've been eating and see why is that maybe why your diet's not working. Sorry, I don't want to use that word. Just a minute, Pock, you have to wait. Why your food plan is not working or why you're not losing weight. Okay, here's the next thing I did. So I honed it down to just being the burger on the plate. Okay, and then one day I went with my daughter, who's a vegetarian right now, and she had the veggie burger. Well, I tasted it and I went, dang, this is really good. So we asked the waitress, what kind of burger is this? Oh, I think it's Morningstar Farms. It's either the mushroom one or the veggie delight or something like that. So I looked that up and found out calories on that and even bought some and brought them home. But the veggie burger patty is 110 calories. Okay, and it has like 54 grams of fat in it, but I'm not sure if that's part of something else that's on there. So then I don't feel bad about having maybe half a bun and the whole veggie burger, or the veggie burger on the plate with the lettuce and the tomato. But here's the other secret calories people are not aware of that you guys need to pay attention to. Those beautiful steamed carrots and broccoli that I used to have, that I still have, had this delicious buttery flavor all over them. And I said, what is that? And I looked that up, and oh my God, great to have your vegetables. The vegetables, the broccoli and carrots, are 51 calories, and it's a big bowl. But the liquid butter alternative is 63 calories, and God knows made of what. See, that's the point. I mean, it's okay, 63 calories. Well, that's like a spoonful of butter or a tablespoon of butter. But it's not butter, it's something fake, so be aware. And they have a seasoning salt that's awesome, and just that alone is enough. It's fine. The other thing is, oh yeah, the coleslaw, another healthy choice. Well, I'm not going to eat those French fries or those onion rings. I'm going to have the coleslaw. Well, lo and behold, the coleslaw, you wouldn't believe. The coleslaw is 294 calories. How many calories do you think is that as shredded cabbage? Oh, maybe 25 or 30 or less. The rest of that is the fat in the dressing of something that they've made to put on the coleslaw. Hello. Don't just walk into a place and say, I'm going out to eat. It's my treat night. Do you realize what kind of a treat this is not a treat. This is like the worst thing you can do for yourself. It's okay to go out and eat, but be aware and at least try to make, if you're going to do it on an ongoing basis, you better be making some good choices. If you do it once a year, I wouldn't think twice about it. If you do it once a month in maintenance, maybe I wouldn't think twice about it. Well, I would, but I wouldn't think other people would have to. But if you're in your losing phase, do not be going out to eat without knowing what you're putting in your body. And don't just say because it's not written on the menu that I don't have a clue, and because you have deniability, culpability, you're not responsible because you don't know. That don't wash. So that's it. That's my little thing about going out to eat. And just so you know, there's every restaurant is supposed to have a know what they're doing. And it's more than just saying I'm going to take half of it home. I don't need all of it anyway. But you better know what hidden calories are in their food, because their food is about being delicious, not being healthy. Even their healthy stuff. There was a veggie wrap, and it had sprouts and vegetables and this and this. It was 999 calories when I looked it up. I've never seen it and I haven't eaten it, but oh my God, that's a lot. So anyway, that's it, you guys. Be responsible for what you put in your body, and don't pass the buck to the restaurateur. See you later.